I'm Heather Zabindin, and I'm a public historian from the Central Arkansas Library System. My office is housed in the Roberts Library across the street from the main library in Little Rock. I program for the Butler Center for Arkansas Studies and the Encyclopedia of Arkansas. I've been at CALS since 2017, and before that, I worked on the Life Interrupted project at the Central High Museum and Visitor Center, the Old State House Museum, and Mosaic Templars Cultural Center. So, in this session, we're going to talk about primary sources available at the Butler Center for Arkansas Studies and other archival resources or repositories that you can access directly from your classroom. So everything that I'm going to talk about is in a handout available at robertslibrary.org/teacher. And you can download it, and it has hyperlinks directly to the things that I'm talking about. Now, if you're not familiar with the CALS Encyclopedia of Arkansas, you need to be, because if you're teaching Arkansas history, this is a great resource for you and for your students. So go to encyclopediaofarkansas.net and check it out. I also have a program called Supercharging Teaching Arkansas History with the Encyclopedia of Arkansas. So check that one out as well. So the Butler Center for Arkansas Studies has 116 lesson plans for grades K through 12. These are the same lesson plans that you'll see on the Encyclopedia of Arkansas, but they are a wealth of information. Now, they are not tied to, or they're tied to an older set of frameworks, but I'm confident that you are an awesome teacher and you can figure out what to tie it to. But there's some good, solid material there, so please go and check those out. So, who doesn't love a map? There are, of course, paper maps in archives like the Butler Center for Arkansas Studies. But we also have digitized many of the maps in the Butler Center collection, and they are available through our website at robertslibrary.org, as well as through the Butler Center catalog at arstudies.com. So these can be used in your classroom, and they can be used for activities related to Arkansas and Arkansas history. It's a great way to expose students to geography. In the last few years, we've started developing a series of mapping projects that let you see, and let your students see, how the landscape, the urban landscape, has changed over time. And also, we've looked at how to digitally map archival materials. So, the Arkansas Traveler Database, which is another thing you should definitely explore and be familiar with if you're not already, is the Arkansas Traveler Database Program. All Arkansas residents have remote access to this outstanding collection of research databases through the Arkansas Traveler Database Project. These are high-quality subscription resources that are paid for by the Arkansas State Library and the Arkansas Department of Education with your tax dollars. So, do you want your students to explore or do research using historic newspapers? Well, the Library of Congress's Chronicling America Historic American Newspaper Project has you covered. This is a searchable database of over 20 million pages, of old newspapers covering the years 1770 to 1963. And when I say searchable, I mean that they have been scanned with OCR, so students can type in a keyword for a person or event, and the database will pull all the pages with those words. This includes over 280,000 pages from Arkansas newspapers. That's a total of 93 newspapers. Now, most of these are going to be small newspapers from the 19th century, but they're extremely valuable because you can look at how an event, a national event or an international event, was being covered by the local paper. But it does include, and this is very important, it does include the Arkansas State Press. And this is a rather new development. I am saying this in July of 2023, and it has just come online. The Arkansas State Press was an African American newspaper owned and operated by L.C. and Daisy Bates. So this database doesn't include the Arkansas Gazette or the Arkansas Democrat. You'll need to go to newspapers.com to see those papers before 1923, or use microfilm at your local library, university library, or an archive. So back at the beginning of my career, I was one of the key staff members of the Life Interrupted project about Japanese American incarceration in World War II Arkansas. UA Little Rock is responsible. Back at the beginning of my career, I was one of the key staff members of the Life Interrupted project about Japanese American incarceration in World War II Arkansas. The Butler Center for Arkansas Study has digitized thousands of documents and photographs. They are available through our website at robertslibrary.org or directly in our online catalog at arstudies.org. And finally, use us as a resource. We can come to your classroom in person in Pulaski or Perry counties, Arkansas, or virtually anywhere in the state. We can give a program on a specific Arkansas history topic, or do a guided research activity with your students. Also, on our YouTube channel, we have all the recorded programs we did during the pandemic, and there's a lot of good information there. Please feel free to email me with questions that you might have. You can also go to robertslibrary.org/teacher for this program, for other programs, as well as the handout I remember. Please email me with questions that you might have, or if you'd like to schedule a program or a speaker for your classroom. You can also go to robertslibrary.org/teacher to get this program, as well as other programs we've developed, and the handout that I mentioned at the beginning of the program. So I hope that this was a helpful resource for you, and I hope to hear from you soon.